Good morning. This lesson is for my Integrated 1 class, but before I get started, I want to say I hope everyone is doing all right out there. I don't know what lesson this is. This might be Unit 5, Lesson 11. I don't know, but I will title it correctly in the title of the video. But what I do know is that our goals are, we're going to review graphing linear inequalities, and we're going to solve systems of linear inequalities. So let's just go ahead and review graphing linear inequalities. Remember, we have this 2x2 table where if I'm in this column and I have this symbol or this symbol, I shade below. If I'm in this column, I have this symbol or this symbol, I shade above. If I am in this row and I have this symbol or this symbol, my line is dashed. And then if I'm in this row, if I have this symbol or this symbol, my line is solid. Remember, the shading represents the solutions. That's what the shading means in inequalities. We want to really make sure that we understand that. So I have two examples that I'd like to graph real quick for you. This is going to be kind of a short lesson. I hope it's an easy lesson for you. And let's just jump right in. All right, where's the marker? There's the marker. So let's see here. I can add a 1 under my 2 because I need to know my rise and run. So I know that I'm going to begin on the y-axis at -3. And I'm going to move to the next point using 2 over 1. My rise, I'm rising up 2, and I'm running to the right 3. My line is dashed. Right? My line is dashed, and I shade above. So I begin at -3, 1, 2, 3. This is where I begin. I move up 2, right 1, 1, 2, right 1. My line is dashed. And this is the above side, so I shade on this side. You know, I'm going to draw this again. And you'll see why shortly. I'm drawing it again with color. Okay, so let me use purple for this guy. This guy is purple. And I shade above. That's the above side. And I'm just shading away. Okay. So that's how we would graph example 1. Let's graph example 2, and we'll use a different color for example 2. So again, I need to know my b value. My b value is +4. I am going to put the negative with the 1. So my m is -1 over 2. So I rise in the downward direction. And I run to the right. My line is solid, and I shade below. If you forget this chart, look how I write the letter L. Shade below. Okay. All right, here we go. I begin at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I move down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. My line, oh, I need to use color. My line is solid. And I shade below. I do want to add one more thing to this. I want to point something out. In my first problem, I could be very confident in saying that this point is a solution because it's in the shading. Any point in the shading is a solution, except any point on the line. That's what the dashed line means. There's no solutions on the line. On this graph, again, any point in the shading is a solution. These are all solutions, as well as points on the line. So these points that are on the line that I used to graph will not be a solution to that. These lines on this line that I used to graph will be a solution because it's or equal to. That's what the line means. That means the line is part of the solution. All right, so I'm going to check off our first goal, And let's move on to our second goal. We don't have to learn anything new. Okay, that's what's nice about this second goal. And I don't know if you noticed, but my exact inequalities are going to be what I use to demonstrate how to do the second goal. The second goal is the following. Graph both on the same graph. Okay? Graph both on the same graph. Let me write this in a color that really stresses what we're doing. Graph both on the same graph. I'm not going to go through finding the M and the B. I already know those. So let me go ahead and draw my graph. This, my B is -3, my M is 2 over 1. So my B is -3. I'll use purple again. My B is -3, my slope is 2 over 1. Let me put the lid back on this. So I begin at -3, I go up 2, right 1. My line is dashed and I shade above. Remember, all we're doing is we're putting them both on the same graph. Okay, that's all we're doing. The second graph, I begin at +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I go to the right 2. So let's see here. I'm sorry. I begin at 4. I go down 1, right 2. So I begin at 4. I go down 1. I go right 2. My line was solid. And I shade below. Okay. So what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Let me erase a little bit of the space around here so I can stress what we're looking for. Okay. What are we looking for? What we are looking for is we're looking for where the shading overlaps. That's what we want. We want to know where the shading overlaps. That's the answer. That is the solution. That is the answer. That's it. So the solution to this system of linear inequalities is right here. It's dashed right here. It's solid right here. And it's all the shading in there. That's all we're doing on this assignment. Is we're finding out where the shading overlaps. We're graphing two inequalities on the same graph. I hope that this makes sense to you. I hope this is an easy lesson for you guys to do. I want to dedicate this lesson to Dr. Mary Stafford. Again, I hope everyone is doing all right out there. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.